Welcome to this installment of the 3 Questions for Author series. I'm Gabriel, your host and the founder of Quilltips. We've got another good show for you today. I'll kick it off to our author with question number 1. Who are you?
Hi, I'm Kelly Schweiger. I am a storyteller, I guess you would say. I like to write stories about family, resilience, survival. I like the post-apocalyptic realm the most, but I dip into dystopian, and I'm just fascinated about talking about how people face disaster and how they rise above it. When their world changes overnight, how do they survive? How do they deal with it? How do they handle it? And that's how I like to write my stories.
Great, Kelly. And question number 2 for you. What is your book?
My book is called Last Light. It's the first in a series. The series is called Where the Pines Still Stand. And it's about the Callahan family. They live way up in the middle of nowhere in the Adirondack mountains. Grandma and grandpa have a big house, and all of their grown children and their families all live on the property. So it's kind of semi-compound, but they all have, jobs and lives and all that until, there's a coronal mass ejection, which causes an EMP, which causes no electricity, and, chaos ensues. They have to survive with no modern conveniences and lots of problems.
Kelly, why did you write this book?
I always wanted to write a book. Always. Since I was very, very little. My mom talks about first grade, writing her letters saying that I was going to write a book. And eventually now, 5 decades later, we finally did. I like this genre. I've always read things about homesteading and survival, and I live on a farm. I've always been interested in that stuff. I've been interested in herbal remedies and foraging and gardening and all those things. So I wrote a story that did my favorite things, a story about a real family, not superheroes, not super duper warriors. They're just regular, normal family, grandma, right down to babies. It just went.
The family is living off the grid. The problems of society, the issues with society kind of spill over into their world.
The main characters are Gus and Joe, and they're the grandparents. And then they have their grown children with all of their families. The grown children all went about their lives. There's a police officer, there's teacher, there's, a mechanic. But when this happened, they had to take what they knew. Instead of going out and helping the world, you're not helping everybody like you used to. Now it's just closing ranks, circling the wagons, and using, you're an EMT, we're going to need that. They still felt the hit. Now, how are we going to go cut down our trees? And any family has that, where you think you're going along all right, and then you get blindsided, and how you deal with it is who you are, and I think family for me is like the only thing that's really important. It's nice to me to see people reacting to, that's the thing that I've gotten the most feedback on, is we like that there's an old lady.
They're very real characters. They're in this surreal environment.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So Kelly, where are you at with this book? Is it out there? Is it coming? What should readers expect? And how should people find out more about it and you as an author?
So I have a website, and it's kellyschweigerbooks.com. I'm also on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, all under my name. I have Last Light is out. It's on Barnes & Noble. It's on Kindle Unlimited, and it's on Amazon. And in the next month, it'll be out on audiobook. And then I just finished this week the second book in the installment, so that'll be out in mid-October, same places. And I did make a post-apocalyptic survival cookbook that is made from the same characters, and it's recipes that they talk about in the book, plus others, and it's all, long-term storage and foraging and hunting, and I've done cookbooks before, but none like that.
Yeah.
I've done a cookbook with bare meatloaf in it before, but I have now. So
Yeah, you watch like a zombie film or like some post-apocalyptic, and I'm always wondering like, but like, when are they eating? Like, where are they getting the food? Like,
you're right.
No Chipotle in the apocalypse.
That's right. And that was one of the things. I read that genre, and I always like when they give you those real medical or gardening or herbal or whatever it might be. I like those real tips, so I did that in my own.
Great. Well, Kelly, congratulations on the launch here. Really excited for the book, really excited for book 2. Thank you so much for joining the 3 question series.
And thank you for having me.